Welcome back. Wow, we have an exciting show.
Yeah, we do.
We have an exciting show, and we have an exciting guest. It's my privilege and an honor to welcome Dr. Michael Evans, as you mentioned before, ma'am, president of the Mansfield ISD Board of Trustees, but also serves as a pastor of a church in Mansfield, Texas. And welcome, Dr. Evans.
Thank you.
Thank you
Good
so
to
much
be here
for being
today.
here. Yes, so today we want to talk a little bit about parents and the questions that parents should be asking. Okay. You know, how is it that a pastor, from a pastor's position, how can we encourage our parents to be bold and compassionate in approaching our schools and the administrators, to know that there are quite specific questions that can be asked, and that they're there to help?
Yes.
I think sometimes it's kind of a shaky area for
It can be. But one of the things that I've learned in serving on the Board of Trustees, and also just as a parent myself and as a pastor, is quite a few of your administrators, I would say 99.9% of them understand that a person's child, your child, is your treasure. I mean, most valued treasure. So I would argue that most of the individuals who serve in schools, and I use the term serve, I think that we would be quite surprised with the number of individuals who will say to you that as a school teacher, a school administrator, they are servants. They are servants. They are there, and for many of them, it is ministry for them. So they understand that you value your child's education and would actually invite you, want you to be in there so that you can help them and really to partner with them. So if you approach the teacher with the mindset that, listen, I want to partner with you in helping my child to learn better, and I want to partner with you by sharing with you what I think are the ways that my child learns better, then I think that opens the door to a good relationship. And know that really I've learned that those teachers, they want the parent. They need the parent in there, because in today's environment, we need the parent to serve as the assistant, whether it's matters of behavior. Help us to know how we can reach your child, and many teachers are begging for that. They really want that. And I've seen that in quite a few situations. As a matter of fact, more often than not, they want you there. They need you there, because you know your child better than they do. Right. So they're asking for you to do that.
I love the way that you phrase that, to invite partnership.
Absolutely.
To say, I want to partner with you, because as a parent, you really are an expert on your child, and you can give them insight in a really unique way. So the other piece, what if there is a concern about the environment, or maybe a child getting bullied, or a child feeling insecure about a subject matter? What's a way to approach that type of situation?
Well, I think the first thing that you want to do is, once you receive that information from your child, you need to, parents, please, you need to communicate that to the teacher, because the teacher needs to know why your particular child may be responding in a given way, or why they may be withdrawn. They may not know, and you have to tell them. And especially in matters of bullying and otherwise, those teachers now, especially here in the state of Texas, that must be documented, and they have to attend to that. Excuse me, they have to address that with the student who may be the person perpetrating that offense, and with their parents. I mean, so we can no longer just turn a blind eye to that. That's serious. But again, when you find that out as a parent, that's something that you want to attend to as soon as possible. However, quite a few parents, especially in the public school, they work. And they just cannot afford to take off their jobs or otherwise to do that. One thing that I would say, send a note. by your child to that teacher, and then wait a good 24 hours. If you don't hear a response, then you make the phone call. And especially in many of our urban schools, if it's a problem with translation or otherwise, there are even those helps that are now available to those parents where they can call the district and they can speak in their native tongue, and oftentimes, again, 90% of the time, those persons who's on the other line will pick that phone up. They will ask that person to hold, and they will get an individual on the line who will translate for them. Third thing they could do is they could actually send an email. But again, for those people who do not have emails, I strongly encourage them to show up at the school board meetings. The school board, we are elected officials. We work for the public. The public does not work for us. So keeping that in mind, we recognize that you can vote us out, you see. And when you attend those school board meetings, and let me tell you, all you need to do is be there in the room, And during those break periods, you go up to that school board member, whoever it is, they're not untouchable. You go up to them and you begin to talk to them about what your problem is. And I guarantee you that those administrators will have to get back to you because you have now notified their boss's boss. As school board members, our job is to hire and or terminate the superintendent. So we're his boss, and he is their boss. The bosses of the teachers and the counselors and the the assistant principals. So they will be attended to, and you need to do that.
So if they've gone through the process, some processes that you've mentioned, which are very helpful, but it sounds like those typically happen during the day when a parent may be working.
Right.
Does the school board meet after hours? And
Yes, sir. Most school boards meet in the evening hours. For example, in Mansfield, we meet the fourth Tuesday of each month. And these are evening meetings, usually at 7 p.m. And in most of the school boards around the state of Texas, I would like to say all of them, they now offer what's called the public comment section. So during public comments, you have 5 minutes to go up before the board, stand, and you can make your case. If you're shy about doing that, you can invite someone who will do it on your behalf, and they'll have 5 minutes to state either your compliment or your grievance. And you know, we encourage people, you know, once you've gone through the process, and let's say that it's a matter of crisis where you don't have the opportunity to go through the process, so to speak, where you're speaking with the teacher, then with the assistant principal, and then with the principal, and then with, if you don't have time to go through all of that because this is a matter of crisis, you can get right to that podium, you can state the matter, and it will get dealt with.
That's just so exciting. You know, we often say teachers are the rock stars of our country because, I mean, they're incredible. And I love what you said, to express grievance and compliments, because there's parents have the opportunity to bless teachers in such a powerful way as well. And that sounds like a really great place that if you have a teacher that's just blessing your family, go to those meetings so that you can tell their boss's boss that they are doing such a phenomenal job. We want to make sure to give parents some questions that they can be asking their student about their learning experience, and then also what questions do parents need to be asking their students in general?
Well, you know, first of all, in regard to their students and their education, it's good to ask them, how are you enjoying school? You know, during my time, of course, you know, during the summer breaks, people would ask me the question. They'd say, "Are you ready to go back to school?" We say, "No." You know, but, you know, you want to ask the kid, are you having a good time, you know, in class? I mean, just ask them that. And then the older that they get, here in the state of Texas, we have what was just passed, House Bill 5. And House Bill 5 is a law now where the school districts have to begin to steer young people toward their passion, toward their vocational passion or otherwise. So then the question would be, you know, you want to ask your child, if you're a believer, you want to ask that child this question. You know, what do you believe God is calling you to do? What is it that you love? What is it that you love doing, and that if you didn't get paid one dime, you would still do it, you know. And what is that thing that you believe God is calling you to do that would bring about an enhancement or build God's kingdom, or that would bring about a help or enhancement to your community, to the society, and to the world? Ask them what that is. And then when that child articulates that to you, then you begin to ask the teacher the question. You want to know, you know, what courses can my student, can my child take that would help them to nurture their passion? And the counselors, again, as I mentioned, counselors are trained to do that. And now oftentimes counselors are just waiting. They're waiting for you as a parent, again, to come to them and say, my child likes doing thing A, B, or C. What does the district offer that would meet that child's need and that will keep them interested in their education?
That's powerful.
That is very exciting. What about the question about questions related to college? I meant to ask you that earlier. What questions do we need to be asking our students about getting ready to go to college?
You know, one of the things that I think is so important in that regard is, as I mentioned, you know, asking yourself, you know, as you talk to God and you ask God to inform your decision, you know, okay, now God, if you're leading me toward mission, if you're leading me toward serving as an engineer, if you're leading, my belief is that whatever your assignment is in life, that we have to keep in mind as believers, we are ambassadors for Christ. So I am an ambassador for Christ if I'm a baker. I'm an ambassador for Christ if I'm a welder. I'm an ambassador for Christ. So wherever God places me, I know that I'm going to allow the light of Christ to shine in me. So then young people need to ask the question, what schools out there will help me to meet my goals? Which schools will guide me? For example, I think of schools like Dallas Baptist University, Oklahoma Baptist University, are places where students can go, and if they have a secular vocation in mind, one of the things that you know about young people as they attend Christian colleges and universities is they will get that training. You know, they will learn the methods and methodologies in regard to technology, but also what I love about attending Christian colleges and universities is the fact that it's built into their curriculum that they will learn about Christ, that they will have to take courses in Bible, in the New Testament, in the Old Testament, in Christian doctrine. So here we are turning out individuals who not only are skilled engineers, skilled technicians, but they are strong believers in Christ, and they learn also how to become evangelists and how to make disciples. So, you know, you would go out and you would search out those schools and see where they are, and then apply. Make contact with those counselors at those schools and those universities, and then ask them to send you the scholarship information and start applying. And I mean visit as early as the 9th grade.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much
Dr.
for that
Evans.
rich information.
Well, I know that you at home are going to want to know how to get involved personally, and so we want you to take a look at this video.